When you think about Mikel Arteta, Gabriel, what's the major way he's changed your game?
When I'm on the left, I used to control the ball with my right foot, and when he came, he said, "No, try to control the ball with your left, so you can alright go take the opponent on, you know." So yeah, since that day, I tried to do it, and today, like nowadays, I do it every time, so it's super easy for me.
My guest today is a gent we normally only glimpse as a blur of menace running down the Arsenal wing. A man of whom Mikel Arteta once said he's as hungry as he is humble. He's pacey, direct, single-minded, rare blend of focused desire and magical flair. Massive part of this Arsenal squad determined to mount an assault on the Premier League title. Benvindo to Mr. Gabriel Martinelli.
Hello, America.
Oh, Gabriel, it's so good to be with you. Much of what we know of you, to be honest, is what we see on the field. Long legs, sprinting down that left flank, arcing towards goal. How would you describe the real Gabriel Martinelli as a human being away from the football field? How would you describe yourself in your own words?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to speak about myself. I'm a family guy. I like to stay at home with my friends. I always try to bring my family and my friends over to spend time with me. Yeah.
Your career began age 3 in Guarulhos, Brazil, near Sao Paulo. You spent hundreds of hours mastering the game on a small orange concrete court. Then you joined Corinthians. You played on their futsal team from age 6 onwards. Your game is about speed, but it's also about control and touch. How much of it was created by playing on small courts, on basketball-sized fields, where your ability to move at pace with the ball on your toe was everything?
Yeah, I mean, futsal was really important in my growth in football. You play in a smaller pitch, and I mean, court, and it's smaller. You have to think quicker. How you control the ball is different. You have to, yeah, as I said, think quicker. You don't have much space, and yeah, everything is quicker. So I think it helps me a lot.
Your game may have been forged there, but you're a Lamborghini pace footballer. You're consistently clocked as the fastest Arsenal player. You can be so direct. Watching defenders in a perpetual state of backpedaling while they're marking you is a delight for neutrals. What's your approach to taking defenders on? Can you describe what goes through your mind, Gabriel, when that ball comes to your feet and you decide how you're going to run at a fullback?
It's really quick as well. So when you are in the game, you don't think much. It's just instinct, you know. Just think something and you do it. I can't tell what I do because it's something that comes to my mind in the game, and when I see the opposite and player, and yeah, it's not just A to B to C, you know, it's different, depends on the other player as well, so it's never the same.
Who's the second fastest player at Arsenal after you, by the way?
I don't know, I think we have Katie. I think he's quicker than me, to be fair, so he's the first one, I'm the second.
Breaking news in this show. Who's the most difficult defender? Who's the defender that when you first get that ball and you face up to him in the Premier League, you're like, God, I may not be able to torch this guy?
Yeah, it has to be Walker and Konate from Liverpool. They are both tough to beat.
So when you're playing Konate, what do you do when someone can match your speed? How do you adjust?
Yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it's instinct, you know. I just see how he is, how his body is, and I just try to do what I do and try to beat him.
For you, this Arsenal team, you're on the left, and it's the magical Bukayo Saka on the right, a gent who seems capable of the impossible on the weekly basis. When you see Saka on the ball, on that opposite flank, what goes through your mind? Tell us what you think is going to happen and what your next move is.
I'm always thinking that he's going to take the fullback on and cross the ball to me or create a chance for the team, so I'm always ready.
He's going to cut inside and hit it with his left, isn't he?
Yeah, and I'm ready for the rebound. Or the cross.
Strikers live to score goals and create carnage, but every striker has periods when they don't score. Can you tell us as honestly as you can, what do you tell yourself inside your own head, like any striker who has spells without a goal? Do you have a psychological process?
I mean, it's when you play up front and you don't score, it's of course a bit hard, and we want to score, we want to help the team, and yeah, this is what we do. We have to score goals, but sometimes you are not scoring, or it's difficult. But I just try to think positive and try to give my best as always, and try to work harder, because it's not because I'm not scoring, I'm not doing anything in the game. So I try to help the team as much as possible.
Is it stressful, Gabriel, or do you just become used to those periods as an elite professional footballer?
That's football. We get used to it, you know. We are professional. We know how football works and how this is, and we have to keep going and do our best, and things are gonna come our way.
When you do score again after a spell, does that goal feel different to other goals emotionally?
Yeah, it feels it does. It's really good. It's really good. It's a relief, you know, and you feel free, and yeah, it's a relief, I would say that.
I want to ask about Mikel Arteta. He's been at Arsenal 4 years now. His energy seems to grow stronger every season. When you're playing a game and he's living and dying with every kick of the ball on the sideline, there's some managers who are quiet and don't move, but when you look over into that box and he's just got big Arteta energy, what does it do for you as a player? What do you actually see and hear? Can you hear anything in the game?
It's really hard to see what he does on the touchline. You know, it's like for me when I play in the opposite side, it's so far away. I can't see him. You know, and so if he wants to say something to me, he has to call someone to say something to me. But I mean, we just focus in the game, you know, and what is happening there. I mean, not even in the crowd. Sometimes we just try to do our best on the pitch and help the team.
So in the game, you actually can't hear very much at all. Arteta, the crowd, any of it. It's all in your head.
Yeah, you focus in the. I mean, I can say about myself, I'm just focused in the game.
When you think about Mikel Arteta, Gabriel, what's the major way he's changed your game? What's the most important lesson he's taught you about football or about life?
Yeah, he's been really important in my growth in football. I think when he got here, I was 19. Yeah, we've been through the process with the team, and yeah, not just me, but he has helped every single player in the squad. And yeah, for me, he was also really important, helping me with my game. So when I'm on the left, I used to control the ball with my right foot, and when he came, he said, "No, try to control the ball with your left, so you can, all right, go take the opponent on, you know." So yeah, since that day, I tried to do it, and today, like nowadays, I do it every time, so it's super easy for me.
Oh, the gift of 2 feet. By the way, I do admire the creative ways Mikel Arteta has bonded the team, created a really positive culture at Arsenal. Our favourite is obviously Win the dog. And Gabriel, I need to ask you quickly, what's your relationship like with Win? And which player loves Win the most?
Yeah, I think everyone at the training ground loves her. Everyone tries to spend time with her when she's around, and yeah, I mean, but I think Ben White or Kai Havertz, because sometimes they take her home to go for a walk, and I would say Ben is the guy.
I am rarely starstruck, but meeting Win the dog is probably just genuinely one of my happiest moments in football. Arsenal have finished second the last 2 seasons. I do not need to remind you that. You've lived it, agonisingly close to the Premier League title, that the entire club, the entire fan base craves so badly. In your mind, living in this moment, on the cusp of true greatness, what does Arsenal Football Club need to take that next step, to go next level and end up winning a Premier League trophy?
Yeah, I mean, we have a really good team, really good players. We've been second 2 seasons in a row. We want to make it this year. Yeah, we know our qualities. We know we can do it. It's just be calm and, you know, The season is long. We're still in the beginning, so we have to go game by game, and it's really difficult. We have to try to win all of them to be champions. We trust in ourselves, and yeah, we go for it.
So it's almost just to focus game by game rather than to focus on the bigger goal.
Yeah, we can't think about the last game of the season if we don't do our job now, you know. So we just try to be focused because it's a long season, and yeah, try to be calm.
If you could listen to just one tune, one song for the rest of your life, the only song you could ever hear again, what would that song be and why?
Maybe my song, here, Arsenal.
Can you just give us a blast?
Gabi, oh Martinelli, he comes from São Paulo and he plays for the Arsenal.
Gabriel, parabéns, boa
Obrigado.
sorte, courage.